At any given time, you may find Victim Advocate Lori Fralick consoling someone who has just had a horrible experience. An advocate from the Victim Services at the Reno Police Department is on call 24/7.
The death cases are probably the hardest because people have a harder time recovering and healing from that loss. You can't repair, you can't fix, you can't bring that person back.
Lori believes her own personal experiences have made her more compassionate. She lived in a battered women's shelter with her mom in 6th grade and was in an abusive relationship as an adult. She began her career as a volunteer for the Committee to Aid Abused Women to Give Back.
There came a time where I was a legal secretary in the city attorney's office, and we handled domestic violence cases, and I was shadowing the victim advocate at the time there, Diane Loper, and loved it. And I would just get all my work done as fast as I could to help her every chance I got. And then they created another position and I was able to get it. So it just was meant to be, I'm guessing, because I've been doing it ever since and I love it still.
Lori and the other victim advocates are an extension of the police investigation, but mostly focus on the needs of the victim.
We work really closely with the detectives and the officers, and our role is to provide like immediate, on the spot, or shortly after the crime's been committed. So we do a lot of crisis intervention, immediate safety. We do food and shelter and clothing, and we'll do, depending on the type of case, different types of advocacy.
Lori has worked many high-profile cases in her years with the Reno Police Department, including the Brianna Dennison case, in which a young woman was abducted from a home near the UNR campus and was later found dead in a field in South Reno.
I think for them, I was more the liaison for them with the investigators. They had direct cell phones, don't get me wrong, and they were able to communicate with the detectives and all of that, but trying to get them information in a timely manner, trying to explain some of the process and what to expect next, helping them with their search efforts, and being that link for the investigation.
Lori was part of a special team who provided assistance to victims of the Reno Air Races crash in 2011, where 11 people died and 69 others were injured when a pilot's plane crashed into the stands.
Just seeing somebody go through what they've gone through, and just seeing the good in them and seeing their perspective on life and still the positive. And yes, you have those cases where you see people struggling and you see them have a lot of anger and they go through the different stages of grief, and you see that, but just human beings are so resilient. It's not just children, although the children are just meeting some of the most amazing people, and it's under the worst circumstances possible. And that's inspiring. And I would think my job, what it does for me, is it puts things in perspective.
Lori has spent her career helping victims. Reno Police Chief Steve Pitts recently honored her with the Chief Leadership Award for her service and commitment to others.